Hey everyone, we are back today with another review of one of the buildings from Menards. This was on sale, as you saw at the beginning there when we picked it up at the store. So it was about 30% off, so I really couldn't pass it up. This is the HO version. The O scale is much bigger, obviously. So it's National Power Light. And it's got all kinds of, we tested it there, we could plug it in and we could test all the lights were working fine. It's got some really great lights to it, some lighted animation. So as you can see, it looks very, very similar to the Tri-State Power from Walthers. Just a very scaled down version of that. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to probably convert this to N-scale, and I'll explain all that a little bit after I get this unpackaged. Because I really like to have one for the layout, the N-scale half the layout, and it's just, this is okay, it would fit down here. As you can see, it fits the space pretty decently, but it's just not big enough for what I would have for down here. Alright, so let me set the camera up, and just like we did before, and I will get this plastic top popped off of here, and we'll get started with the review of it. Just like in the last one, it had that series of staples around the edge. That's all you really have to do to get this out. There's no boxes or anything. Alright, so that should be, let me see here. Yep, it is. Alright, so we're just going to pull that off. This time it didn't have the inserts like the other one had, because it was moving around a little bit inside. I'll pick up the camera here and we'll spin things around and we'll take a little better look at everything. Okay, now that we don't have the reflection of the plastic, I'll get a little closer up on everything and we'll just kind of look at the details they have. Alright, as you can see up here on the roof, it's got a pattern to it. The roofing has a pattern to it. These are too big right here. I'm going to be removing these three things right here. So let me explain first why we're going to do this. And like I said, I am going to make this. I'm going to get rid of that silica pack. We are going to make this for N scale. So there's some details here that are just too oversized. So we're just going to get rid of them. So these are going to come off for sure. You can see they're kind of loose anyway. I wonder if they just pop off. Oh, that looks like they just pop off. Okay. So we're going to get rid of this, and I'm going to, if you're familiar with the Northern Light and Power, there's a little building that's on top that has a door that comes out, so I'm going to build that and put that up here. We'll get rid of this access hatch because that's obviously oversized for N scale. The windows are a good size for N scale. I'm not concerned about that. What we do have here an issue with are the doors. Any door that there is obviously going to be too big. So I'll have to rectify that. This is just like the other one. It feels like it's the mixture of wood and plastic, mostly wood. This is all laser cut. It does have, these are grooved. It's not just a painted surface or anything. This is even grooved. These doors are grooved right here, but they're obviously too big. Let me give you an example. Grab this. Okay, so there's a cold, well, boy. Those doors aren't too bad, actually. For a large door. Now obviously the people doors are way too big, but this isn't bad. I'll compare this to the other sides here in a minute. Now every one of these is a light right here, and like I said, we did test and it lit up beautifully. I can't remember, this store was really bright. Couldn't really see if this lit up or not, so we'll have to wait and see on that. If it doesn't light up or I don't like what it is, I'll probably wind up just eliminating that and maybe put a different sign up over the top of it for something a little less toyish. Okay, so let's review the sides here. So this side, I'll have to change this. We'll have to scale the door down. I was almost thinking until I put this right here that I was going to have to scale these doors down, but I'm not too sure. Like I said, I'll have to play around with it. Now, if I do have to scale the doors down, the easiest way to do this is, you see this foundation right here? I'll make it a lot bigger. It'll just be a solid side of flat size of metal, and I'll just bring it up right here to the top of this, and I'll just take a piece and go all the way across right here level, and that'll help me. And I'll make cutouts for the little light right here and for these two windows. and then I'll continue that all the way around the sides at the same height, and we'll paint that an accenting color, like maybe a light blue of some sort to go with the silver, or a yellow or something that'll look really nice. So that's what I'm going to do with this. But so far this is looking really good. As you can see up here, this is I got a transformer up here, and it's got a light here and a light there. I don't know if those blink. I don't remember that when I tested it, but we'll take a look and see. Thought maybe this was kind of big, but if you think about a flat car load that you see, this isn't a flat car, that would certainly fit on a flat car, on an in-scale flat car, one of the heavy duties. So actually the size is fine. So I'm not going to worry about that either. So again, here I'll take this around. The sides are nice. The corner pieces are really good. This was the other part that I'll have to take care of. I think I'll have to check here. When I put the camera back down, we'll check and we'll see if this part comes out like it did on the Tide plant, and to allow cars to go through. And if they do, I was thinking about it the other day, if I could actually do 2 tracks lined up right here for 2 tracks to go into it for unloading. And it looks like there may be just enough room if I put 2 tracks side by side real close. Clearances aren't going to be much, but that's all right. So then all I would do is scale this down. I can leave the width but scale it down. I'm going to get rid of all of this no matter what anyway, and then I can just put a piece back behind here. So the decals are nice. So if you're not going to change it like I'm going to modify it, actual applied decals are good. Looks like they applied this over the top of the decal, but that's not that big a deal. Okay, so the back side's got lots of windows. It's really nice. It's got 2 upper lights. Obviously they didn't put a whole lot of lighting back here, figuring this would be the side you'd face away from people viewing, but it looks pretty good. It's pretty clean. Again, it's all the laser cut because you can feel the grooves. So then this is the other side. So this is the door I'll have to deal with. This one didn't come with any figures. I was kind of surprised about that. Now here's the plug-in right here. I haven't lifted this up yet to see if there's a plug underneath, but it says on most of them that there's a plug that can go down below and the side plug. If there is a plug that goes down below, I will just hide this with a plate of some sort. And this door right here will obviously get the same treatment as the other side, but if you're running HO, this is fine. This is, let me feel it here. No, this is a pure decal right here. So if you don't like the way this looks, you can put something right over the top of it. But it looks nice. It's a nicely printed decal, and it's applied well for a loading dock type of a thing, where it's high enough for a semi-trailer to back up to. So that's fine. It's got the smokestacks. I like the warning lights or the warning colors it has up there on the top. That's not bad. This, of course, I would have to weather this and dirty that whole thing up right there. So you can see right here there's some tabs where it's not quite sealed down in. I don't know if there's anything that can be done about that, if I can push that down to hide those a little bit, but I may try that. But if you're looking at it from like right here, you don't see it. It doesn't really matter. This is just nitpicking things for myself, but I told you I'd give you a good review to how what I think on all this. The windows are nice. I'm going to tip this back here and see if they have glazing in them or if they're just hollow. Okay, it just looks like painted. It looks like a painted insert. So if you want lights on the inside glowing out, you're probably going to have to either drill those out, each of the little panes out, or you'll just have to make your own panes that you can put glazing back behind. So that's not that big a deal again to have to do. So as a standalone HO, it's good. I would say it's about 2/3 the size of the Tri-State Power. Because I'm sure of that, because I just sold a Tri-State that I had built up, and I know it was about half again as big as this. So, for limited space, it'll be great. You could line up on the back. If this opens up, which we'll find out here in a minute, if that does, you could line up probably 4 cars. I'm guessing HO 4 cars right along the back right here. Make a little bit longer of a siding, and probably have 6 coal cars right there. So that would be fine. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the camera back down, and then we'll restart after I get everything set back up, and we're going to test the lights and then see if that door opens. Okay, we're back. So now we're going to look at, I think what I'll do first is I'm going to see if this side comes out. So I'm just going to tip this over on its end. And as you can see there, you can really see the wood that's involved with this. And there is a plug right here. Perfect. It says on the website that it gives you multiple plug-ins, so this can go down through the layout and be powered down below. So that's perfect. So then I'll just hide that other plug that there is. Now this is interesting. Let's see if this will come out. There we go. All right. I'm just going to be careful with it because I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. All right. I'm going to tuck the plug back up in because I'll test both plugs here in a minute. Make sure they both work. All right. So as you can see, the interior is done. Oh look, I'll get the camera and I'll get on that in just a sec. They actually have a door on the inside, several doors on the inside. So I'll get the camera. I'll get a close up of that here in a second. All right, so what I'm going to do now is, and as I said, here's, you can see how it's the wood. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to plug this in and I'm going to test the lights. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wind up cutting the cord that comes out and goes down. And that way I can extend it and also put an on-off switch there too, so that I can leave this plugged in. I don't have to keep plugging the adapter in and out, and I can run the adapter, as I stated in the other one, will power 3 buildings. So you might have to get a little light bar if you get a number of these. If you get like 10 or 12 of these, you might have to get a light bar so you can plug about 4 of them into one. But then, you know, if you only want some power on some buildings and stuff, if you set yourself up with some light switches with just a simple on-off toggles, it should work fine. All right, let's put this in and see what we got. Oh, very nice. All right, let me get the lights off like I did before. Oh, very nice. Okay, so the sign's really nice, actually. The 2 lights up here. Oh, look at that. Now that it's powered on, it does an animated thing. So it does have 2 warning lights up here on the transformer, and they're red. I didn't know what color they were going to be. Now, the one thing here I do like, you can see the light does cascade down on the side of the building, but this is really kind of unnatural. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get silver paint, and I will paint the top of the lights themselves down with leaving maybe about 1/16 of an inch of the shade visible, so you get like a little glow at the bottom, and then be nothing but glow down at the bottom so that it looks more natural coming down. I'll practice that on one and see how it looks, and if that improves it, because you wouldn't see this much. It'd be more cascading down lights. So I'll give it a try. If I don't like it, I'll just scrape it off. So I'll do it probably on a light that's on the back, because it's neat, but it's not natural with having a shade like this. So you can definitely just tell if they just poke the lights through and they're just shining straight this way. So I think if I covered that, it'll look a lot better. But we'll see. If I don't like the look versus having it all lit like that, then we'll go from there. But I can actually see right here. You can see the curve of the lights, so it does cast down really well. So I'm thinking if you do that, that'll be perfect. All right. So let me get the camera, and I'll do a little spin on that, and you can see all the lights and details. Here's what I was talking about the curve of the lights. You can see how it does. So definitely does shine down really well. So if it is more focused, you just have more coming down. And that looks pretty good right there. Let me get a little better shot of that so you can see how that works. I don't know if you're going to see that here. Let me back it up so you can see the red a little bit. It doesn't do it's not fast. It's as far as there we go. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, so then there are the blinking red lights on top of the transformer. And this is the outlet I told you I'm going to cover, because I'll go down through the layout with it. Here's what I didn't think you could see with the way I had the camera angle before. You can see the docks in there and some an extra person door. So it's kind of nice they've got that inside. Now that I have this out, I'll get the lights back on here in a minute. I'll turn this off and we'll do some checking of dimensions. And then I'll give you an actual dimension size on it completely. Okay, so let me pause this for just a second and I will get the tape measure and everything else. Okay, so I grabbed a coal car. This is one I've been working on. I'm in the middle of patching. To give you an idea of the size of the opening right there. This is a 5-bay rapid discharge, so you can see about the size of it. So like I said, you could probably stack about 4 up on a small siding on this. So we'll get that out of the way. And like I said, I think I can put 2 tracks in for in scale, and then I'll just drop the height of that. I think that'll look pretty good. Okay, so let's get the overall dimensions on this. Alright, so it is about 8 inches by a little more than 5 inches, about 8.5 inches to the top of the stack. The building itself, about 7.5 inches. Okay, so that'll give you an idea of the footprint that's needed for this. Okay, so next time you'll see this, I will have this adapted. I will figure out what I'm going to do with all of this and how I'm going to do it. But it'll be adapted for in scale. But anyway, you can do it for either one. When I do the adaptation for it, for those of you that are doing it, that'll give you an idea of how you can customize this for yourself. So I hope you've enjoyed this review, and we'll be getting some more of these before the season is out. Let me get this lined up here so you can see what it looks like. All right, so there we go. So hope you found it informative, and again, I would say for the money, for the $49 that I spent on it, it was well worth it, given all of the lighting and the finish work on it. Like I said, you could just put it right onto the layout right as it is, or you could do a little customizing to it. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you like these, I would suggest liking and subscribing so you'll get the notices. We'll probably try to do like 1 a week between now and the end of the season when they start putting all these away. But thanks for watching.